Is driving for Amazon Flex worth it in 2024? Especially as we have newer features like retail delivery. You have the staples like the warehouse runs, you have grocery runs. And let me just start by saying this. I think after being activated for over 6 years in different marketplaces as a Flex driver, I think Flex might be one of the best, most consistent hourly paying side hustle gig apps out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's worth it. Let me explain. I want to go over the most common ways you're going to earn if you sign up to be a Flex driver, those warehouse runs, the newer retail, and these Amazon Fresh or Whole Foods delivery runs, and the pros and cons so you can make a decision here using the most updated trends for 2024. Firstly, the major staple here on Flex, if you think about Flex, you think about like package delivery. So the Amazon.com orders, aka warehouse runs, like that's the most common run you're most likely going to see as a Flex driver. So you go to the warehouse. Firstly, well, I should say you sign up for a shift. They're going to be 3 to 6 hours. Now, while they're not eligible for customer tips, these are Amazon packages, envelopes, and it's a guaranteed hourly pay here. Again, most any other side hustle app, they don't really have consistent guaranteed hourly pay, but at $15 to $19 an hour. At the time of filming this video, Amazon's minimum contribution, what do you think of that? Now remember, that's a minimum. So let's say holiday seasons when Amazon needs more contracted drivers, or if they have an open shift and no one's taken it yet, the closer and closer it gets to the start time, usually they'll add some bonus pay. So for context, how have my most recent warehouse runs been as a Flex driver? I'll say, honestly, over the years, I'll say that they are the most consistent, almost monotonous shifts you're going to have, which actually isn't a bad thing. Like with rideshare, the volatility, who's getting in my vehicle, where am I going, food delivery, waits at the restaurant, shopping, shipped in Instacart with grocery, these products out of stock? No. Usually with Amazon Flex is I get my route, boom, I'm making my deliveries. Now, yes, there's problems, right? Undeliverable packages, pets, you're going to have that, but for the most part, 3 to 6 hour runs, you can kind of set it and forget it. I mean, the only ambiguity, and it's kind of a, I don't know, big thing, maybe not as much of an issue, it's up to you to decide that, but you don't know where you're going until you get to the warehouse. So they wheel out the rack of packages based on how long you signed up for in the shift, and you scan the QR code, and then you're assigned your route. And because of that, some routes might be further away from the warehouse, and you have to drive there initially anyway to get these packages, and then you're going to drive to the assigned route. So you might not love it. But again, if your goal is cash flow, if it's autonomy, like, dude, I just want to do my own thing. If we're honest here, if you want like minimal interaction with customer service, customers, like people, whatever, hey, maybe that's your thing. Now, as a con though, I will say with these warehouse runs is you're going to have more volume. So let's say food delivery, you're going to do 2, 3, maybe 4 stops in an hour. With Amazon Flex, they are going to jam as many packages and envelopes as you can in those 3 to 6 hours, which means usually more stops per hour. And yes, while there's probably more volume, at least it's not like super heavy. Like all the stuff I've had to deliver, usually it's nothing crazy. Unlike what you might see on the next one, the Amazon Fresh deliveries. Amazon Fresh, or just the Whole Foods runs, these are grocery orders. So these ones can be a shift. It can be 2 to 4 hours, or they can appear as instant offers. So those are offers that are ready in like 15 minutes. So you want to be close to a warehouse, or in this case, a pickup zone at the Whole Foods. So for Amazon Fresh deliveries, conversely here, the company actually says these orders might be heavier. But a pro of the Amazon Fresh runs is that they are eligible for customer tips, and there's no shopping. This is not like shipped Instacart, DoorDash shopping, all of that stuff. It's pulled for you from the Whole Foods associates. Now, I feel like, because I've done a Amazon Fresh run recently, and I feel like the biggest problem you're going to have is the packing area and finding it in Whole Foods, obviously, once you found it, you're good to go. But then you still have to figure out the layout of those coolers, the shelves. But again, it'll take you 1-2 pickups and you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. Also, want to let you know that I have heard, and I'm looking to do more of these kind of runs, that tips can be very good on these Whole Foods Amazon Fresh runs. All right, something a little newer here now as a flex driver earnings option, the retail deliveries. We got to talk about this because I've done a handful of retail runs and these are just as described. You're going to go to typically a plaza, shopping center, you park and you schedule a shift on this one and you pick up at a retail destination. Now, I initially thought it might be several stores like, hey, pick up from whatever, Office Depot, go over here to the sporting goods store, go over here. But the ones that I've had, it's from one location. I did a GNC and then I did an Office Max, and it's just from that one location and then delivering to your route. Like what, 6, 7, 8 stops? But the ones I had on retail, and of course this is anecdotal, comment your experience if you had it with the retail runs on Amazon Flex, but they were all very far away. I'm not talking about a little bit. It was pretty far away. I mean, the retail options are nice because you don't have to go to the traditional like massive warehouse. It's not like that. It's just literally a shopping plaza, and then within the store they have a little section usually where you pick up the flex offers. But yes, let me give you a verdict here of driving for flex in 2024, encompassing everything here, because I think the app is very seamless, and surprisingly that is a good benefit because some of these apps are really glitchy. I like the interface. There's kind of a lot going on, but I think you'll get the hang of it, no problem there. The pay structure, yes, we always want more money. I feel like 23 plus an hour, 25 ideally, because that's our channel goal, is really what you want. Not certainly 15, 16, 17 for especially the warehouse runs. It's too much work for that. I still don't love not knowing the routes. And I feel like, honestly, I would probably bump Flex to maybe even number 3, number 4 in my overall portfolio that I use if I could see the routes. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's something like Uber with the upfront fares and destination, something. But I would also anticipate that would really spike the demand for more and more Flex drivers signing up. And usually there's already a wait list. I'm just saying, Flex, Amazon, if there's any way you can do it, like maybe a somewhat consistent dollars to mile payout. And understandably, some routes aren't going to be as popular and you'll get that way. I'm sure you already have that data, but pay a little bit more, for the downtown route or the super rural route that has, again, even if it's further miles, if you keep the dollars to mile payout consistent, just an idea. You will never have problems with wait time. Like I have with food delivery sometimes, I have with Walmart Spark, doing curbside pickups there. In my opinion, never really wait time issues because Amazon is run so cleanly and smoothly at the warehouses. They do a really good job of, hey, you got to check it and make sure you check it on time, by the way. Otherwise, if you're too late, you lose your entire shift there. But once you check in, cars come in, and once everyone's in, they roll out those racks of packages. Is it worth it? Overall, yes, but if it's going to be your main thing, you're going to be grinding. Let me tell you that. If you plan like Flex is going to be your thing, I would kind of encourage you to do the Amazon Fresh, the grocery runs first. If you're doing warehouse runs full time, then you're going to be doing a lot of start and stop on your routes. You're going to have farther driving and the pay. Overall, compared to other apps, it's not my favorite. In fact, compare 50 plus side hustles, including Flex, on our side hustle starter guide, where you can compare most every single qualification you can think of. Age, do I need a vehicle? Any accessories? Advertised hourly pay, do they have bonus pay? Do I get customer tips? Can I view the terms of service? Important documents are actually already linked for all of these side hustles in this side hustle starter guide. Check it out at yourdrivermight.com. And in thinking about Flex, it feels like it's one of the more enjoyable side hustles that I do. I know it's just like delivering like other stuff, but I just like the autonomy. I like predictable pay that I already know what I'm going to make. If I finish early, I still get the full pay. So yeah, I like it. I enjoy the work, but as a side hustle and as an option for you, I don't love it. Kind of that category, I guess, still goes to rideshare or food delivery in 2024.